Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Troubadour Apex Backpack 3.0. I took a look at the 2.0 version of this bag a while back and I thought it was a pretty interesting and stylish work and everyday bag. There were a couple of things that I wasn't crazy about with the bag, but Troubadour seems to have really listened to customer feedback and incorporated some great improvements with this edition, so I've been excited to have a chance to get hands-on with it over the past couple of weeks, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to use it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the appearance here doesn't feel like it's changed too much from the Apex 2.0, so it still has a very modern, stylish look. It's got a little bit more of a rounded silhouette, not a whole lot going on the exterior, and something that feels like it can work well with a more professional outfit in an office setting, but that's still going to be great for exploring a city and traveling. And as far as the materials, the bag feels really solidly built. This exterior fabric is made from recycled plastic water bottles and feels like it's going to hold up pretty well to rougher usage and offer a decent amount of weather resistance. One of the nice things about this fabric is that it feels pretty lightweight, so it's not going to add extra bulk when your bag is loaded out. And then on top of that, you have some nice vegan leather accenting around the bag, on the handles, the zipper pull, and well-protected YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, you have two external water bottle pockets, and these are going to offer a decent amount of space. According to the company's site, they should be able to handle up to a 1 liter water bottle. Currently what I have here is a 26 ounce Yeti Rambler, and it is able to fit in there pretty comfortably. The pockets are fairly shallow, as you can see, so when you place this down on its side, you'll want to be careful that things don't accidentally slide out. But you know, there is a good amount of elasticity, so they are going to be able to hold something this size or a little bit larger, and then when they're not in use, they just collapse in against the bag to maintain a cleaner silhouette. And then at the top of the bag, you have a really nice carrying handle, as I mentioned earlier, vegan leather here, and you know, it comes up a decent amount. I like the length of the handle. It feels like something that's gonna, you know, hold up well. It's not the thickest or most padded handle, but it does have a nice tactile feel. And then the last thing I'll mention while we're on the exterior is that the bag does manage to stand up pretty well on its own when everything is distributed well. This fabric seems to maintain its shape even when the bag isn't quite as full, so that's nice so that you can place this down next to you and access the compartments pretty easily. And then moving into the capacity, according to the company's site, this version of the Apex comes in at about 25 liters, which is a size that I really like because it's able to easily handle all the items that I typically carry with me, and it feels like there's a little bit of leftover space for longer days, but the bag never feels overwhelmingly large or bulky. And with the silhouette that this has, even when it's a little bit more packed out, it still manages to maintain a pretty slim profile, making it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. This is one of the biggest improvements from the previous edition. I wasn't really a fan of the harness system that was on the 2.0 version, so great to see the updates here. The padding that's been included feels great, really soft, premium right out of the box. On the inside, there's no breathable mesh per se, but this material here just feels really soft and nice. And then the straps have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. And then taking a look at what else is on the straps, you do have an additional zippered pocket here that's going to offer a pretty impressive amount of space. I haven't seen this in too many bags. It's got this magnetic system here that allows it to expand. It's got a little gusset, and so this can really hold more than I would expect than this type of pocket normally would. I feel like these tend to be more for like transit cards or, you know, cash, anything that you're grabbing a little bit more quickly. It almost feels like you might be able to get a smaller phone or a portable battery in here. So, you know, pretty interesting idea. And then if you don't want to use it, just kind of stays out of the way. You can zip it up. And then on the straps, you also have these rails that you can pair with a sternum strap that's sold separately. You can purchase that if you want to give a little bit more support as you're wearing the bag. At this price point, it might have been nice to have seen that included with the bag, in my opinion. And then on these straps, it's great to see that there is some strap management to help keep things a little bit neater. And so far, these have held on very well compared to the previous edition of the bag, it had a similar system, but I always felt like I was having to readjust this. So this stays on, I can adjust it, and it just feels very neat, which is great to see, particularly with the cleaner appearance of this bag. And then on the back paneling, this has also felt really comfortable. I'm a big fan of the padding that's been included here. It just feels really cushy, premium. I like that there's an elevation here to create this air channel to provide you with plenty of ventilation while you're walking around throughout the day. And then on the back, you also have a really nice luggage pass-through that's going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. And then one last note here on the branding, you do have the Troubadour logo here in the middle, in the air channel, as well as on the shoulder strap, and you have it on the front. But it's much more subtle, it feels like, than the previous editions of the bag and some of the other versions in their lineup. I like that this is blacked out. It just kind of blends in there, very subtle. And then same for the straps and the back. It's not overly prominent, which makes sense with this style of bag. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has a fairly minimal layout. On the exterior, you have one quick access pocket here with a well-protected zipper and a good amount of space. I'm always a fan of these type of pockets for the items that I'm reaching for most regularly during the day. So this was able to hold my sunglasses with their case. I have a cable here to charge my tablet and my phone. I was also able to fit my Apple AirPods. And then inside of this compartment, you have a lanyard with a clip that's going to be a great spot to attach your keys or a multi-tool. And then the last thing to call out here is that you do have a little AirTag pocket in the corner, so it's kind of out of the way, not too obvious, but it's still pretty easy to just reach in, place your AirTag in there to give you a little bit more peace of mind throughout the day. The next area that we're going to be taking a look at is the laptop compartment, and this is another big improvement over the previous edition. With the Apex 2.0, the laptop sleeve was incorporated into the main compartment, so I'm always a fan of having a dedicated area to make it easier to get to my device when needed. It has this flap that comes over the zipper to give you some protection. Interesting that there's no aqua guard on the laptop area. I suppose that it does help the zipper open up a little bit more smoothly. And then the laptop compartment itself is well implemented. You have a tablet sleeve that has a good amount of padding, and it'll be able to fit a full-size 10 or 11-inch tablet comfortably. And then the laptop sleeve feels like it's gonna offer plenty of protection, good padding on both sides. The sleeve itself offers a good amount of padding. It's not just a simple slip pocket, and you have this nice material here on the front and back that feels pretty soft. It's not necessarily a fleece material, but it does feel like it's gonna offer some protection from scratches. And then I really like the way it feels to place my laptop into this compartment. It reminds me a little bit of opening like an iPhone box. If you've ever kind of felt the how it slows down when you open it, I guess that's the only way I can describe it. So this feels very premium. If I drop my laptop in really quickly or from high above, it just kind of slows down. It never feels like it's falling roughly to the bottom of the bag. And this is pulled up off the bottom, so that also helps give you some additional peace of mind. So just a really cool laptop compartment. It definitely feels very premium, and this should be able to handle a 15 or 16-inch laptop comfortably. Currently what I have here is my 14-inch MacBook Pro, but you can see there's some leftover space. And so pulling my device out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. Again, you have that nice material on both sides, and this does come up a decent amount, so even if you happen to have a thicker device, it should be able to fit in here comfortably. And with the amount of padding that's offered here and the fact that your laptop isn't making contact with the ground or anything like that, it really feels like my device is going to be very well protected while I'm on the go. And then moving into the main compartment, the first thing I'll mention is that you do have the ability to lock this area of the bag. So if you're traveling and you want to have that extra protection, you can add it here. And this is a top-loading bag, so the zippers don't open all the way clamshell style, but they go down a pretty decent amount, so you'll still have enough visibility into the bag to grab whatever you need. And so again, at 25 liters of space, this is able to hold a good amount. Most of the modular kind of bulky items that I tend to have with me, there's still a little bit of space here at the top. And so diving in, first thing that I have here is my Beat Studio wireless headphones. And then I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch, 1 liter. I have the Lockbee pouch that I've been using as of late. Then at the bottom, I have the Alpaca Admin pouch. And I also have the Evergood Civic Access pouch, 2 liters, which is one of the larger pouches. And this was able to handle all of that really comfortably. And you can get a look here at how much this comes up. So this will also be able to work as a minimal travel bag. If I wanted to toss in a packing cube, a dock kit, an extra pair of shoes, I would be able to use this for a weekend trip. And then on the back of the compartment, you have some built-in organization. This is similar to some of the other bags we've looked at from Troubadour. So you have a couple of tall slip pockets here. You can see the height. So they're gonna be great for things like charging cables. I have here my USB-C hub with the cable that goes along with it. That fit in there very easily. Great spot for portable batteries. Other taller pouches. Here I have the Tom Bin Ghost Whale pouch that fit in there comfortably. And then you have really nice kind of elastic pocket here where I have my Apple Magic Mouse. And then you have a great slot for something like a pen or a stylus. And on the back you have a zippered pocket that goes down about halfway. So a great spot for notebook, cables, anything loose that you don't want getting lost. Here at the moment, I just have a Field Notes notebook. And then on the front of the compartment, you have a nice mesh zippered pocket. Nice elastic mesh. This feels really premium. And you can see what's on the inside. Good amount of space here at the moment. I just have a deck of playing cards and the nail clipper set that I like to have with me. So not going overboard with the organization that's offered here, but I really like the space and the layout of this main area and the improvements that have been made over the previous edition with the laptop compartment and the harness system. This definitely becomes a much more capable work and everyday bag. And if you're looking for something that's gonna offer really unique style that feels well built and that's gonna be comfortable to wear, then this is gonna be a really interesting option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the Apex 3.0 backpack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site for around $245, so definitely premium pricing on this one, as tends to be the case with Troubadour's bags. You are getting a bag that feels solidly built and it's going to offer a nice feature set, but there's going to be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is Troubadour's Pioneer backpack, which is probably my favorite of their lineup. I just really like the overall aesthetic and layout of that bag. The look is a little bit different. It just matches up better with my preferences. And then the layout is great to use. Like this one, it does have the external water bottle pockets. It's got quick access pockets. I really like the fact that it has a dedicated shoe compartment. That's something that I actually end up using more than you might think. And then it has, the really comfortable harness system, luggage pass-through. So just checks off some of the same boxes as this one here. It offers Troubadour's unique aesthetic, and so if you like their sort of style but you want something with a different layout or that dedicated compartment, then this is going to be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Air City Pack Pro, which has been one of my favorite tech and everyday bags for a while now. I absolutely love Air's modern and sleek aesthetic. It's got a great organizational layout, really comfortable harness system, great laptop protection and external water bottle pocket, full clamshell style opening, and so just a very reliable, versatile bag. And if you're looking for something that like this has a little bit more of a modern or professional aesthetic but that's just going to offer different layout and organization, then that's going to be an excellent option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the modern Dayfarer backpack, which like this one has a pretty sleek, kind of stylish aesthetic that's going to work well in a professional setting. It's got, comfortable harness system, really nice layout. It opens clamshell style, but it's also a top loader. It has that adjustable flap, so it's a pretty flexible bag. Got a dedicated, well-padded laptop compartment, luggage pass-through. That one has a dedicated shoe compartment, so it'll work well as a travel and gym bag in addition to being a versatile daily bag. And so just, really great, useful, stylish option if you're looking for something that's going to offer the top loading or clamshell style capabilities, and that's going to be an excellent option to consider. With that being said, the Apex 3.0 holds up pretty well against all those options and is a big improvement over the previous edition. And if you're a fan of the aesthetic of this bag and you have a little bit of a higher budget and you're looking for something that's going to offer plenty of space and comfort for your day-to-day, then this is going to be a really interesting option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Apex 3.0 and how it compares to some of the other popular work and everyday bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.